for example, I saw Immortal Technique down there. It's not just that. There's definitely some black people down there. It's not just a leftist movement. There are some people down there who are genuinely angry about what's happening with the central bank in this country.
Of course they're angry.
Yeah.
And I believe they're angry. Their anger is real. But all I'm saying is that, where were they when black people weren't getting the job? So all of a sudden they're graduating from colleges and they're not getting jobs and they're occupying Wall Street. Bullshit. Okay? Black people do not get caught up in this nonsense. All right? White people like doing stuff like this when they're getting the shit into the stick. Oh, we're all in this together. Like 9/11. 9/11 happens, right? All of a sudden, oh, it's America. We're about to we're all in this together. Yeah. Okay? Big bullshit.
All right, man. I hear you.
Like them cat, I'll let you go, man.
All right. Well, I mean, human beings always sort of react like that. Americans, like, we don't really care about any problem, really, unless it's really affecting us individually. I mean, I hate to say it, but, I mean, no matter what color you are, that seems to be what Americans do. Hey, welcome to the Dimcat Show.
Dimcat, what's up, bro? It's the New York Critic.
Hey, man, what's up? I'm doing a YouTube video. I should have been telling people that, but, oh well. We're also on Blog TV, so hey, guys.
Now, I wanted to comment real quick on that guy's football.
I knew you would call in. Go ahead.
I want to say, first and foremost, my fiance is black. I have a biracial son. I've made videos of him before. People have seen him. I'm not racist. But I would like to add that I think his attitude is part of the problem of the whole fact of it's like divide and conquer. He's making it easy for the government, the system, and the elite to actually control us because his ignorance is basically keeping us against each other. Like he basically is turning into a black and white issue when it's really we're all people and we're all suffering together. We're all in the same boat. We're all sinking. So I think he's failing to realize that it's not really a black or white issue. It's now turning into a class war, and it's all designed that way. They're using, political views, race, and religion to keep us divided. And as long as we keep, constantly butting heads and stop, turning and looking towards the real problem, we're always going to be assed out, taking the shit in the stick, like he's saying. We're always.
Hey everybody, this is Michadini. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Dimcat. Thank you for letting me use this YouTube clip from your YouTube posts. I want to start off by saying first we got to respect each other's differences and each other's opinions. We are up against global elite, certain secret societies that have hidden agendas and they don't like competition. Yes, they use the divide and conquer strategy or the divide and rule strategy, but the division part, the dividing part is coming to a closure. Now they're working on how to conquer. And I can tell you this: they tried to do it with Barack Obama. They thought that, or get Barack Obama in office, someone who wasn't as black as Herman Cain, and not saying that you should vote for Herman Cain. I wouldn't vote for him, but he wasn't as dark. He came off as someone that looks approachable. He was mixed. They thought we can get America to unite with him. Nope. Skull and Bones. I'm sorry, it didn't work. They know it didn't work. But George Soros is linked with Barack Obama. He funded Barack Obama's campaign, and he's a global elitist as well. George Soros also funds an organization called Adbusters and Media Foundation, which funded Occupy Wall Street and the Occupy movement that's going on today. And George Soros also funds the New America Foundation. Look it up. I'm not lying to you. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. The New America Foundation, a new foundation for America. He funds that, all right, which is basically going to be a more technocratic age where America is going to be more reliant on technology and solar energy. But you got to understand, George Soros is not going to fall down to working class level or the middle class level, okay? Dr. Z. Brzezinski of the Trilateral Commission, you name it, all these global elitists are not going to fall down to our level. So they're going to be still the ones running the show, Why they also are the same ones that's supporting this Occupy Wall Street movement. They're the same ones that's telling that's having the media put the Occupy Wall Street movement out there and selling it to you, you know, because they now are working on how to unify us, under their rule. You know, that last caller that called, they want us all to think that way, that all this is dividing us. Well, race is always going to be a problem. I mean, it's a problem now. America's over there fighting who? Why are they fighting Muslims? You know, religion, race, all the stuff they do to divide us, but it is a problem. First of all, we got to tell our own government to get the fuck out the war. Get the hell out the war. Save us some money, you know what I'm saying? How much we spend on that money? How much we spend on war, Demcat? How much do we spend on this war? And what else could we be doing with that money? I think Demcat, I think you already spoke about something like that. You know, and you showed the statistics and all that stuff with it. You know, but this is true. This is true, man. First, we got to tell the government to get the hell out the war. Why are we fighting these people? When on my website, Michadini.com, if you look on the left-hand corner, we had a former CIA chief that says this enemy in the Eastern Hemisphere with the Muslims don't exist. It don't exist. 9/11 was an inside job through the Bush family. Marvin Bush, Securicom, George Bush, New World Order, George Bush father spoke about it back in the 90s. Now they're trying to bring this one world government, one world currency together. They tried it with Obama, didn't work. They're going to try it with this Occupy Wall Street. It's not going to work because there's people out here speaking out against it, saying Lucy's Trust, the Luciferian organization behind the United Nations, also supports Occupy Wall Street. Ain't that something? And that's viral. That's on YouTube. People talking about that. You know, and people that's really God-fearing people are not going to be, and that know about Lucy's Trust, it was called Lucifer's Trust back in the day, they're not going to support no Occupy Wall Street. You know, the Occupy movement. There you go. There you go. So it's not going to work. So they now, you know, what else is they going to do? You know, they want to bring this technocratic age, why they call it sustainable development and solar energy. They want to bring this age into view where you're going to accept things like taking a chip in, you know, where they don't have to secretly put it in you. You know, you'll be able to say, oh wow, it's cool to get the chip. Boom, people take it without rejecting it. They want you to accept this. Now, how else are they gonna get you to accept it? By trying to unify you guys to come for one cause and allow, you know, instead of us making a change, we're gonna allow you to make the change. But we have our number one goal is what Nicholas Rockefeller said. The number one goal is to get everyone inserted with a chip. That's what Nicholas Rockefeller said. And I don't know if people know, but Nicholas Rockefeller talked like he's like he represents America, like he's the president. When he's over in United Nations conferences and Bilderberg groups and stuff, he speak like he's a representative for America. And that's exactly his words. The number one goal is to get everyone inserted with a chip. Now, how else can they bring this about if, you know, people are not going to take it? They got to make something crazy happen where everyone's going to get together, and then everyone will come down with something they think is actually right, knowing in today's society everyone's relying on technology, or majority of people are, and they're going to just come. They're going to basically bring it out themselves, you know. It's a sad thing, man, but you know, this is right now. We got to understand that the elite do not like competition. The global elite do not like competition. And there's nothing wrong with competition. See, we always think something's wrong with competition. There's nothing wrong with competition. You can't keep exploiting the black people. When black people come into the community, white people take a white flight out. Instead of selling their homes to the black people, they rent it out because they're not going to make any money. They don't see any reason to sell it. They renting out. You exploiting them. You exploiting them. Something they'll never own, and they're going to always pay you to live the lifestyle you living in the suburbs somewhere away from the black community when you could be living right with them.